Hey guys, how's it going? So this is my final monster. This is my final entry to this month's Tabletop Crafters Guild build. I think I say that different every time, but I'm pretty happy with how this guy turned out, considering it was such kind of a weird idea in the first place. So I think I'll just go with Big Feathered Crab Beast. That's what I'm going to call him because that's kind of what he is. Crabs without claws, we'll say, even though he's got a tiny pair here. But anyway, so yeah, this is him finished up. Obviously, he's not got a base at the moment, but I think it's suitable for the size. And like I showed before, he's just that little bit too big for a 3x3 or a large size base. So I said I'd leave it. Now, the feathers actually worked out quite well in the end. I went for a few different colours. I didn't want to go crazy and put in all the colours because there was quite, there was purples, there was greens, blues, anything going. So I said I'd just keep it pretty, not too many colours going through it, we'll say, and I kind of wanted to mix it in here. Something similar to kind of designs you'd see on dinosaur toys and that. Consider nobody can really tell. I don't think they can really tell what colour dinosaurs were, but it makes sense that they're some way camouflaged. And I just wanted to continue the colours down. So I just went for a dark base colour, kind of a blue through it as well, just because I knew as the colours of the feathers were going to be quite bright, so I wanted to create kind of a contrast between the two and keep it quite dark back here. Which, I was thinking about it as I was going, and it was like in nature, bright colours and kind of patterns like that, from my knowledge, or maybe what I think anyway, kind of denotes a warning of poison and that kind of thing when it comes to like tree frogs and things like snakes, poisonous snakes. So I was thinking maybe that could fit in somewhere as well, but that's kind of just coming up with lore form as I go. So you'll see kind of not a absolutely crazy paint job, just picking out some details. That was just really with black undercoat and dry brush of white and then a wash of blue over. That kind of did most of the work for me. And you'll see his little pupils there. Now the eyes do look quite human in a way. I mean, fair enough, there's not a ton of detail put into the face and the eyes for the scale, but I really just wanted to get this guy done and get him in and finished. But yeah, like I said, the feathers came out pretty well. I liked how they kind of blended into each other with the few colours I chose. I think it looks kind of legitimate. I mean, fair enough, his tail bit is a bit odd. Maybe that could have done with a redesign, but as it goes, I like the kind of mane and the frilliness, these kind of protective bits as well. I can see it kind of making sense, we'll say. And I think someone said in my comment section in the other video that, these little limbs and stuff he's got up here could be used to stir up algae and or algae, whatever you want to call it, in the ground or in the water, so he could feed, and filter through, because he's got little crab claws here that just made of green stuff, and these are, just kind of more filtering to go into his filters in his mouth here as well. But yeah, you can kind of see it. I didn't mention it in the other video. So basically it was a Triceratops toy, and his head, you'll see the Triceratops head here. This is the frill. I chopped a bit off here. Not really sure why I did that. I just did it. I'm happy I did it. It makes it less obvious that it was a Triceratops, in my opinion. And you'll see that was his mouth, and his eyes were actually where these pincers and little armatures go in, if that makes sense. So it was like that. So it's totally flipped upside down and kind of flipped over as well to make it look kind of unrecognizable, hopefully, to what it was. So that's him, guys. Pretty happy. He came out kind of reminding me of the creatures from, do you know the movie Avatar, but if you had two more limbs, another pair of limbs somewhere, even maybe up here, he could do with some pinchers or claws, because they all seem to have 6 limbs, and then I think they have 3 sets of eyes as well. So it kind of reminds me of something that could fit in with Avatar. So yeah, he's pretty cool. Well, I think he's pretty cool. I did experiment with something else. So I got all these on. I made little holes, and I just used a little bit of Mod Podge and popped them in as I went, starting with the bottom and going up. So that kind of wasn't too bad to do, but I was kind of iffy while I was doing it, because I haven't really worked with feathers and that, and I wasn't sure how they were going to take the next step. And the next step was basically to colour them. I went and used some pigment from chalk pastels. So you can get things like weathering powders, but I had seen someone do this with a puppet online, on YouTube video of how to, I think they're making a dinosaur puppet. Now I don't remember the channel off the top of my head, but I'll find it and pop it in the description, hopefully. And they used basically chalk pastels or wedding powders, not sure what it was, to color a fur, like a fake fur. So that's, I thought it might work with the feathers. Now I didn't go crazy with it, but you'll see I used this kind of red here and a wee bit of this brown and this black, just to add some kind of fading. You know, you can't really see it much, but it brought down the colors of the yellow slightly so they weren't too overpowering, and it kind of made it look that little bit more realistic. Now you could have done better. I could have done better with an airbrush. I'm pretty sure you can kind of do better effects and you could fade it up, and that would be absolutely beautiful. So hopefully in the future I'll revisit that. But as it goes, I'm glad I tried it. And then I sealed it with matte varnish, and I just sprayed from, you know, a little bit further away, just so it wouldn't stick the feathers together too much, and ruin the effect altogether. So that's him, guys. That's him with the versus the barbarian there. Yeah, pretty happy with him. Hopefully I'll get him in. I'll send off the email now and get him in before the closing date of the competition, and we'll see how he does against all the other crazy creations everybody's going to make. But yeah, cheers guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, thanks for watching.